I mean,
at a rock concert, you have to be classy and get wine.
Can I please be a sticker? Welcome back, BVB Army. Welcome back to our channel, BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. My name is Ruth.
And I'm Nicole.
And we have a returning fan back on our show. BVB Army, welcome back. Katelyn back on our show here.
Hello, hello.
Hello. It's so great to have you back here.
So excited to be back. I love you girls.
We love you.
Aww.
I just want to remind BVB Army, if you don't know yet, Katelyn was the winner of the Kahoot game we had during BVB month. She was determined to get first place, and she got first place.
I did.
For the one that we had here, you got first place from guessing the BVB songs, just using emojis and imagery. So yay. We hope to do that sometime soon and maybe make it harder. We will see what's in the future.
I just love how competitive you are.
I'm Italian. It runs in my blood.
But we are excited to have you back on and for you to share your BVB story to us and the BVB Army who is watching and listening. And so we are super excited. So, all right. So to start off, our very first question is, how did you discover Black Veil Brides?
So actually, I discovered Andy before I discovered like Black Veil Brides as a band when I was 11, 2007, I think. I like snuck around and made a MySpace. For reasons that I don't want to get into, but I was like stalking, well, not really stalking, but trying to catch someone doing something they weren't supposed to be doing. So like, I don't know how, I can't really remember. I don't really think they had like recommended people to follow back then, but somehow I like ended up on Andy's page and I was like terrified because I grew up Pentecostal and everything and never seen someone like him before. The emo look with the bangs and everything, all black, scared the crap out of me. But it was like one of those things that I was so like intrigued with, like I just had to keep going back. And so that's how I discovered him. I didn't know anything. And then it was like maybe I like heard some of the very, very old Black Veil Bride stuff, like the Gunsling and all that, and then kind of found my way onto YouTube. And my mom was battling cancer at the time, and I didn't really like understand what was going on, but I knew like she was in a lot of pain and everything, and so it kind of like made me sad. So then I found like the Chance and Andy videos, and like they made me die laughing. And then I just like, it's just been a rabbit hole ever since.
Good old MySpace.
I miss MySpace.
I wasn't supposed to be on it. If my mom ever found out, she would have got me.
Girl, same. Girl, same. I did the exact same. I went behind my mom's back and made a MySpace account.
I mean, it feels like 11 years old, you start kind of rebelling against your parents and you want to like do other stuff and everything.
Oh, MySpace. Those were the high school years and days.
All right, Katelyn. So what has been, out of all of the Black Veil Bride songs you've heard, which one is your favorite and why?
Ritual will always be my favorite. I remember when that album dropped. And yes, and I listened to it in its entirety, and Ritual made me cry. Ritual, like just the feeling of because it talks about, you know, celebrating yourself, being authentic, and no matter what anyone says, and like especially hearing that as someone that was, you know, transitioning from like middle school to high school and starting to figure myself out and everything. That was the song that like really touched me.
Thank you for being the first person to say Ritual.
Literally was just gonna say that.
It's like I was listening to it today getting ready, and I was like, oh, I just love this song.
Well, I can't lie. Like Ruth, when you asked me like which songs do I feel are what was it? Underrated. Yeah. I feel like Ritual is very underrated. Honestly, I feel like not enough fans appreciate that song, because it's such a beautiful song. It really is.
Yeah. It really is. And I feel like that album in general is just really underrated. I mean, yeah, you have Fallen Angels and you have Rebel Love Song, but the rest of the songs are so good. I think they just like get overshadowed by like the two main songs that are like anthems and everything. But I love that album.
I mean,
And
you
I
do
love
bring
that.
up a good point, like for each album. I mean, this is just for music and albums general. When there's music videos, singles come out, it obviously draws attraction to all fans. And so when the whole album comes out with all the other songs, you know, fans know the hit singles and stuff because those were released first, and then all these other songs are there. So yeah. I've always noticed that. And it's not a bad thing. I get it. It's like promotion and marketing and everything, but like these other songs exist too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I feel like that's kind of the point of singles, though, to be honest, is like they pick. I feel like singles, the whole point of them is, you know, it's supposed to be that one song that's going to be super catchy, everyone's going to love. That's the ones that they put out first, so that way it does draw you to the album to listen to the full thing. So it does make sense.
out of all the amazing albums they have come out over the decade at this point, which one is your favorite album?
Set the World on Fire.
Okay, you, Nicole, you and her are going to have a nice talk with this. Go ahead.
This is the way I describe it, because when it came out, like I said, I was transitioning from middle school to high school. It's like the perfect teenage rebellion, love, like type of album. Like it has a little bit of everything. It has like rebellion, it has falling in love, it has, you know, breaking up in a way.
Yes, I could not have said that better myself.
It's the perfect teenage album. So I still listen to it and I still like bang my head to it and everything. But, you know, just hearing it when it came out and I was so young, I was like, I feel this way. This is how I feel.
2011. Yes. That's when it came out. 2011. Yep. Transitioning.
I was about to say, I was in 11th grade.
When I was going to 12th grade.
Wait, no. 2011. Wait, I graduated that year. I was in high school. That's all I know.
No, I think I was maybe in my sophomore, maybe like, girl, I don't even know, sophomore, junior year, something like that. But we
were in high school.
Yeah, I love how you describe that, because literally that is exactly what that album I feel means to really anyone that had listened to it in high school, and anyone to this day that continues to listen to it in high school. It is the perfect teenage rebellion album. I know this was not on the list of questions, but I must ask you, they obviously have their original album, We Stitch These Wounds, and then they redid Restitch These Wounds. Out of the two, which one do you prefer and why?
I love Restitch, but like anytime I listen to that like album or whatever, it's always We Stitch. It will always be We Stitch. The rawness of it, the vulnerability of it, because like they were like just coming out and everything. I'm not gonna lie, I love Mortician's Daughter. And if you're watching this, just bring it back one time. The album, like I said, is the same. Like that was like the first official album and everything. It'll always have a special place in my heart. I do, like I said, I love Restitch because of they mastered it a lot better and everything. But I don't know, there's just something about the rawness of the first one that I just really, really love.
I like the word that you use is rawness, like the raw of it, because we always really say it's a classic, it's the original, but I like that word, the rawness of it. I really like that.
It'll always be a favorite.
Oh yeah, it's a staple for sure in the BVB OG fans. It's like where they started.
Where they started, and you know, just listening to that and then I do like to listen to both of them side by side. I have done that before, and I love hearing how much Andy's voice has matured, how much like the instruments have matured in a way, because I'm very like music based because I sing, so I love to hear Andy's voice so much, especially throughout the years, and how it's changed and how he can hit like higher notes and everything. but still, like, his voice, there's just something about his voice in the first album that it just touches me.
It's the story behind the first album for me too.
Same. Mm-hmm. All right, so we all know this beautiful album, The Phantom Tomorrow, right here. What are your thoughts on this beautiful baby right here?
I love it. I mean, ever since it came out, I've listened to it maybe like at least once a week. It's just like a mood that I'll get in. I mean, it's just really good. It's like it's what the album that came after Veil.
Mm-hmm.
It's the album right after Veil. It was like this Phoenix type album.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
So out of all the songs from The Phantom Tomorrow, what is your favorite? And if you can't decide, you can pick a top 3.
Okay, definitely Born Again, because it's like that Phoenix thing. I really like it. And then Fall Eternal. Scary, like, it's just, I don't know. Like, Andy's voice in that is amazing.
It is. It really is.
I just get chills every time I hear it.
And I do know at least right now on the Trinity of Terror, like 3, they're playing Shadows Rise.
Good. I do like that
Nicole,
one.
breathe. I
can't. I'm so envious of everyone who gets that song.
To be fair, I would totally understand if they were playing Blackbird. I would understand, but like I do. Like, hopefully, Nicole, next tour that will be on their set list.
Fingers crossed.
So, as of right now, what is your favorite memory with BVB? And this could be like during concerts or during something on social media. So,
well, I have 2. Can I share?
Yeah, you can share 2. Yeah.
The first one was my first Black Veil Brides concert. So when I was younger, I was never allowed to go see them in concert or whatever, you know. So my husband, who we were just dating at the time, he surprised me with tickets for Christmas. I know. And it was like the show, it was for the Resurrection tour. And they came to Atlanta like a couple of days before Valentine's Day. So it was kind of like a Christmas and Valentine's Day present. We went and I cried the entire time. My husband has video and he's like, Katelyn, what is wrong with you? Like, you can hear him in the video like, Katelyn, stop, you're missing the whole show.
It was just a magical moment for you. He
so
needed to let you have it.
The moment Cece walked out on stage, I was in tears. I was like, Chris was like, why are you crying? And I was like, I don't know. I have all this pent up like emotion. I'm like seeing the band that I've like grown up listening to and everything. So yeah, I cried the entire show. And then afterwards we went to the merch and got some merch. I got a hat and a t-shirt. And then I heard like through the grapevine that if you went out to like the barricades, usually someone from Black Veil Brides would, you know, come out and sign some stuff. I didn't know it was going to be Andy.
Oh,
I didn't know it was going to be Andy. And I went from one side of the barricade and ran all the way to the other side of the barricade where he was starting. And like my husband's behind me, like, Katelyn, what are you doing? And I'm like sprinting with tears and everything. And he got to me I like gave him my hat to sign because I don't wear hats. So I was like, I can just hang it up. He was signing. I was like, I've waited 10 years to see you. He was very nice about it. He was like, oh, wow. I'm glad you came and everything. And then he like, my husband's big into like football and stuff. And he was wearing a, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Clemson Tigers.
No.
They're a college football team. Andy like knew the hat and knew who it was. And he was like, nice hat, dude. That's embarrassing. But at the same time, it was it was a moment. I was having a moment because like I've always looked up to Andy. I look up to the entire band, but I don't know, like I said, as me being a singer, I always look up to the singer and everything because like I'm like, I want to do that. So yeah, there was that. And then I don't know, y'all may not remember this or have seen the episode of the Andy show. I had always like, ever since I was like in high school, I've been posting videos of me singing Black Veil Bride songs on Instagram. I was like, I want Black Veil Brides to see this because like my dream is one day I'm going to be at a concert and I'm gonna have this sign and it says "Let me sing with you" or something, and he's gonna pull up on stage and let me sing with them. That's never gonna happen, but I have this dream.
Never say never.
Oh yeah, never say never. So I had recorded this video of me playing ukulele, singing "Put the Gun Down" by Andy. I was like, I'm gonna send it to him. And I have video of, I took a screenshot of the episode where he was watching it and saying how good it was and everything, and I like melted.
Caitlin Metcalf says, hey guys, hopefully I'm not saying this too early and you will see it. I told you on my last Supportive Saturday that I want to send you a clip of me singing. Put the gun down. So here it is. I started singing in church when I grew up. When I was 2, and then I started singing in choir when I was in 5th grade. I did choir for about 8 years, and I've just put on concerts in my car. Please forgive the ukulele playing. I've been learning to play the ukulele on and off for about a year. When I record this video, it has been a good while since I played it. It's a short clip, but I really hope you like it. Feel free to give any advice. So I'm gonna watch this right now, and then we can include this.
Yeah, we'll post the link so everybody can watch it.
This is beautiful. Who knew that this song would sound so cool with ukulele?
Yeah, it sounds great.
This is beautiful. Thank you for sharing this. This is wonderful. Your voice sounds amazing also, by the way.
It really does.
Good breath control. That was great. Okay.
And like I cried, and I was actually sick at the time, and came into the living room and my husband was sitting there and I was just in full on tears. He was like, babe, what's wrong? I was like, Andy said I'm a good singer. And he was like, well, I've told you that. I know, but it makes it different. That was a fun moment because like I said, I always wanted to like have them hear me sing one of their songs, and I finally got to. So that was fun.
Oh my God. Congratulations on both those memories. Seriously.
Moments you definitely needed, and I'm so glad that you got them. That sounds incredible. So we know this next question can be a pretty deep one. So we understand, take your time, but how has Black Veil Brides impacted your life?
They've always been just my safe space. I was one of those typical teenagers that got bullied because I have natural curly hair. So, that's something that they'd bully me on, or my clothes or something. And, I'd be upset about it, but then I would just listen to Black Veil Brides and it was like I just would forget everything. And then Black Veil Brides is just listening to them and everything when I was younger, like that's what made me want to like pursue a career in singing. I wanted to like join a band and everything. I did actually, my senior year of high school, I had a band and we didn't last long because I was very serious about it and they weren't. I haven't been able to find like another band since, so I just like post videos every now and then. I don't really post videos like I used to. I really should get back into it, but Black Veil Brides has just always like, they've been there like when I needed them. Like if something bad happens, I know I can just like forget about it for at least like a whole album and just listen to them and not have to like worry about anything and like just deal with whatever's going on when I get there. But it's just a safe space.
I didn't know that you loved to sing this much, and I definitely am going to go check out your Instagram and take a look at a lot of videos if you have posted them. But I mean, definitely don't ever give up on your singing. Keep trying for that career, honestly.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Girl, you're going to have to go back some decades on my Instagram to find like because like I said,
I've done it with Nicole. I could do it with you.
We'll do it together.
It's just like starting around like 2013, maybe there's some, or 2014. My voice has matured a little bit since then, so don't judge me on those.
No, I would
but
never.
of course not. Yeah.
yeah, I've just always loved singing. I've been singing since I was 2, but never really like took it seriously until I like saw these bands that I liked. I was like, I want to do that. I want to like get on stage and just sing.
I've always admired people who love to sing and hear their voices, and I'm excited to now dig up and look through your videos that you posted up your own singing voice. But I've always admired that, the strength, the courage just to sing out loud, whatever song, if it's original or cover. I've just always find that fascinating because I can't sing for so
I can't.
I mean,
sing
I
worth
wouldn't
a
say
damn either.
I wouldn't say I'm not like, that's another thing of why I haven't been able to like pursue it or whatever, is because I'm very shy and I don't take criticism well. And like I'll hear myself singing, I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound good. But then like my husband's like, Katelyn, that sounds great. And I'm like, but I don't hear it the way that you hear it. And I'm afraid that people will hear it the way that I hear it. And it sucks, but
No, and I get that. We are our worst self-critics for sure. I'm exactly like that when it comes to my artwork all the time. So just thank you overall again, just for sharing how they impacted you. And like Nicole said, like your singing voice, that we had no idea you love to sing. And so that's surprising to both of us. And just again, never say never, because maybe, we don't know, maybe down the road, future BVB concert, you have that sign and
yeah.
it, and they just pull you on stage and you sing from Set the World on Fire album. I don't know, but Ritual. There you go.
Yeah.
Never say never. Never say never.
Exactly.
I gotta get to another show.
Our next question is tattoos. Do you have any tattoos by any chance? No.
No.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm there.
Virgin. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever think you would get a BBB tattoo?
I have one that I want to get. I have so many like tattoo ideas, just not the money to fulfill my dream. But like the Lava Brides tattoo I want to get, or one of them I want to get is I want to get a crescent moon with some lilies, because that's the flower of life. And then get rise up and celebrate your life. You're not alone in this ritual. So
I love that idea.
No, that's gonna be so beautiful.
I could just see it right now.
I don't know. I'm very like into witchy stuff.
Yes.
I feel powers. Okay. No, if I'm just like overthinking it, but like I practice tarot and I predicted the Super Bowl last year. So
did you know that Bengals was gonna lose by 3 points?
I knew by like 3 points, but it told me that they were gonna lose. And see, I done it for the football game to get into the playoffs, and it said the Bengals was gonna win, and they won. And then when they were in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl, I don't usually watch football, but I was watching this because I got really excited. And so when they were playing in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl, it said that they were going to win, and they won. And then before the Super Bowl started, I like asked my cards if the Bengals was going to win, and it said no. And I was like, I hope that they're wrong.
Oh my God.
Maybe Askin brought like bad juju. I'm sorry, but I was curious, and I was like, well, it was right the first 2 times. Is it right the third time? I'm sorry, Andy. I know you really want to see them win the Super Bowl, and I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry, Amy. I'm so sorry.
We can't really pinpoint it, but wow.
But it was just like really, I was like, oh, darn. But yeah, so like, I feel like the moon, because that represents like little witchy for me, and then the lilies are for life, and I just really like that idea. I like stuff that you don't really see a lot, I guess. I've never really met a lot of people that have like moons tattooed on them. I just feel like Ritual, that's like the perfect little witchy tattoo.
I love that idea. Whenever you do get it, I'm excited to see it. So
I'll be very happy to show.
So going back to Black Veil Bride concerts, you were saying with the in-between tour, you got COVID and couldn't go. I am so sorry.
But I got a cameo from Andy for that.
Yay.
I bought one, but I was like, I'm gonna tell him that I planned on coming to the concert, but I can't because now I have COVID. Like, he expected me to be there. I don't know. My husband says I'm weird when it comes to stuff like that. Like, he'll say, you talk about them like you know them, like you're friends with them. And he was like, it's what it looked like was like, I was telling my friend, hey, sorry, I can't make it to your show. I got COVID. And then you get a video from Andy, your best pal. I was like, I wish I could be best friends with Andy. I feel like we have a lot in common. We could be pretty good friends. I got COVID and it sucked. And I really wish I could have gone.
How many then Black Veil Brides concerts have you been to then?
Only been to one.
The Resurrection Tour?
Because like I said, I wasn't able to go when I was younger. It was one year my dad said that he would take me, and then he like backed out.
Hold him to it. Hold him to it. Just like, next year when they do a tour, you should be like, hey dad, so remember when you said that you would take me to a Black Veil Bride concert?
I mean,
like, it's time.
To be honest, he owes me a lot, but I don't talk to him anymore, so I don't.
At least you got to one, and I know I'm sorry that you couldn't attend any dates from the Trinity of Terror tour. I get it as an educator, completely understand. We want those tour dates on weekends where we can actually go and not use our personal days. I understand that completely.
But there will always be more concerts, thankfully, that you will be able to hopefully attend to, whether it's on a hopefully weekend. If it's on a weekday, just hopefully it's a holiday magically.
Or Friday.
Yeah, or Friday would be great.
Yeah. Yes.
No, yeah. And I'm sure there will be another concert because I know next year, because they're finishing up in December, this Trinity like 3, and then they're going to the UK February. I think it was February. And then as far as we don't know, nothing else. So hopefully they have something in the works. So
we got time to work on that.
Schedule is open.
Our next question is, what is your favorite Black Veil Brides war paint?
I don't want to say Andy because my answer has been everything about Andy.
It's totally fine though. We understand completely.
Andy, everything about you lives in my head free and I can't get it out. Not that it's a bad thing, but I can't make the band just about you 99% of the time. It's a brotherhood. I'll go with Jinx. I've always liked the clown.
The jester vibes.
Yeah, and then it was both eyes and now it's one eye.
Yeah.
I like that. It was easier to kind of like move along with that war paint and like change it up. But like with Andy's, I feel like he has to do the same kind. I don't know. I feel like they need to bring it back.
Oh, they do.
A new era.
Ooh, new era, new war paint. That would be
that would be interesting, actually. New.
I mean, I feel like they could make it work,
Oh yeah. Oh, they can make it work.
I know Andy is very creative with like drawings and stuff. And I just feel like they could come up with something really, really good.
Out of curiosity, though, have you personally done war paint on yourself, Katelyn?
Well, okay. I tried one time and like just took a picture in my bedroom mirror, but I used eyeliner, like liquid eyeliner. It's just very thin and you can't really like, it's nothing major. Like I didn't try Andy's like thing or anything. I think I just had I had some stitches going up here. I had like a cross or something down here. It was bizarre. It was just a little like no one in my comments like understood it, and neither did I really. I was like, if I was a member of Black Veil Brides, this would be my war paint. Other than that, it didn't look like anybody else's. So I'm not artistic when it comes to stuff like that. It was years and years and years ago.
But I mean, mean, like, I feel like I definitely wouldn't say you're not artistic when it comes to that. Because I mean, you could have just like straight up copied one of their own war paints, but instead you made your own. And I feel like that is very creative.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have it done on me. I want somebody to do it for me. Like
Ruth and I will each take a side of your face.
Yeah.
That's war paints are the same. We'll just be like, well, we'll paint you up and everything. So we'll make it happen some way or another.
So this question comes from Cassidy. Out of all the Black Veil Bride eras, which one is your favorite?
I have a hunch.
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Like the studs and the leather and the makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate to say it, but that was like my sexual awakening.
Yes, everything about it was just glamorous.
I mean, they're full out boom in your face here. So
I mean, that was like, I would stare at that album cover for hours. Just, oh.
I live for dramaticness, and dramatic they were. It was everything that I needed.
The Fallen Angel music video, I was just mesmerized. I'm like, I want to dress like that. I want to be cool like that.
That's when I started getting like the black skinny jeans. I would get like the chains that you could hook on your loops and everything. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be all studded out and everything. Oh, that's such a good era. They need to bring that back.
Thank you.
Just like bring back the studs and the black and like
and the leather.
the hair. Okay, let me ask. We all know how Andy's hair was back then. He was a lot younger and everything.
Awesome.
Could he pull it off?
Oh yeah.
You think?
Because
his face has gotten like slimmer.
It does have a little slimmer. I think honestly, I think he could still pull off that. Maybe
because back then, like he still had like that baby weight that they say that you don't lose until you're 30, and so he like didn't have like really the defined cheekbones and stuff that he does now. So I've always like just wondered, could he pull it back off? And if he can, he needs to, because that hair was iconic.
I feel like if he ever decides to do that, 1, we will freak out. 2, half of us won't recognize him. 3, internet will be broken.
I feel like if he does grow out his hair again, with his more slim features, he will look very vampiric for sure.
And as the words of Pam, sploosh. How has been your experience with the BVB Army so far?
Positive mostly. Every now and then you'll get like those know-it-alls or whatever, or people that just, they'll say they know something when it's not true, but and you try to tell them, no, it's not true, and they just bash right into you because of it and everything. But other than that, it's been very positive. I've never had like any serious issues.
That's good.
It's like the younger and most of us are like, most of the Black Veil Brides fans are like out of college and everything. We've kind of like grown.
We've matured.
Yeah, so it's not as bad as like it was in middle school or high school.
Yeah.
Not for me at least. I don't know. I know y'all have a platform now, and I'm sure it's like some drama sometimes, or I don't know.
I like to call them mixed nuts. So like we have our sweet ones and stuff, we have our new ones, and we get a couple of raw ones here and there. Yeah. So like you said, like the know-it-alls, and then I like what Chris said, the attention seekers. So but I'm glad it's been good overall, so I'm really happy about that.
They've treated me nicely than most of my family members, so I was just gonna say I'm very morbid and I gotta stop.
No, you're good.
No,
bring the level down.
No, yeah, you're good. I love it. Honestly, continue to be morbid. Just continue to be you, because that's why the BVB Army loves you. They love you for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So our very last question that we have is just if you have any questions for Ruth and I, and they do not have to be BVB related whatsoever.
I should have prepared for this. I
We
don't
have
know
some
why.
time to think. We have time. Wonderful worlds of editing.
Okay, if Black Veil Brides could tour with any band,
Oh,
better, who would you want them to tour with? I already know mine.
okay. So what's our limit? Two.
I mean, well, let's go like 2.
Okay. Ooh.
I mean, I got mine
Go,
already.
Nicole. Then go, Nicole. Let me think here for a little bit.
So I can't lie. At first, I really just so desperately wanted them to tour with Motionless in White and In This Moment. And bada bing, bada boom, they've done that already. They did the In Between tour with In This Moment, and they did Trinity of Terror with Motionless in White. So now I would really love for them to tour with the Amity Affliction. Have you guys heard of them?
No.
I think I've heard of them, but I've never listened to them.
They are honestly such a beautiful band. I think they come from Australia, but every song that they sing about, don't get me wrong, like their songs are really like depressing, but it's because like they're so deep, like they sing on such like an emotional level that I feel like if for someone who suffers from maybe depression or anxiety, those songs will really speak to them. So, and I feel like along with Black Veil Brides, where they're always singing about, you know, life in general, I feel like it would just be a really amazing tour, to be honest. 2 emotional bands. Oh,
Yeah. I have a lot of anxiety, so I need to check this band out.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Well, I have technically 2 answers. I would like Payal Royale and BVB to tour together because I do listen to Payal Royale a lot actually, and I do like their music. And so I know they opened for Andy during the Andy Black show when they were just starting, and I did not know who they were. I even remember them out in the concert, tons of people taking photos with them, and now they're huge now. Kind of regret that chance. Either way, I would love them to tour. But I would also like, I know they already toured with them, but they were kind of like an opening act, didn't get much time, set it off. And that happened during the Black Mass tour. So yeah.
They followed me on
Yeah. So I love Set It Off. I love their music a lot. And I'm like, can you guys just tour again? Please. You guys did it during the Black Mass tour. I need more of that. So
I kind of feel bad because I went to the Andy Black show and I do not at all remember Pele Royale being the opening band.
Really?
Maybe I just didn't pay attention to them.
it was the shadow side.
Yeah, I went to that, and
Did they not go through?
I was just too excited to see.
I don't know.
Andy
They
perform, so
opened up for us. They opened up when I went, and I'm just like, they were just starting. So I'm like, who's this band? Okay, yay. The only song I enjoyed them because they did a cover of Teenagers from My Chemical Romance. So yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm gonna say it, and people can bash me. I don't care. But if Black Veil Brides went back to like their old war paint and stuff, they should tour with Ghost.
Ooh, yes.
Very interesting.
I'm so obsessed with Ghost. I can't even tell you, and I just feel like they're both music. Ghost is more on the satanic side, but like still the religious thing, because Black Veil Brides has like their religious songs too. I feel like it would be really good. They could co-headline. Make it happen. Somebody make it happen. I need to see it.
So today's fan shout out goes to Roman Alex. For anyone who doesn't know, their Twitter username is going to be at @crimson_torch2. Roman, Ruth and I see your tweets all the time, and you were just such an incredible supporter of Black Veil Brides. All the video edits that you do are completely amazing. Whatever you do, never stop those video edits. Even if you feel that people are not, watching them, I hope we're watching them. We see them. We try to retweet them every chance that we can get. So just thank you for being such a huge supporter and fan of Black Veil Brides, and thank you for supporting us as well. We appreciate you so much, and that is why the fan shout out goes to you.
Again, Katelyn, just thank you so much for coming on. We enjoyed having you back, and I honestly just get to know you a lot better and everything. Like, we enjoyed again just talking to you. So thank you again for coming back on.
Thank you for me. I love talking to y'all.
Same. And would you like to say anything to the Army or BVB before we officially say goodbye?
Just, never give up on anything. You always have the band to back you up. You always have the BVB Army to back you up. Always believe in yourself.
Where can the BVB Army find you on the social media platforms, Katelyn?
I am on Twitter. I don't really get on Twitter. I'm on Instagram mostly. My handle is Katelyn D. Dye, D-Y-E at the end. And if you want to friend me on Facebook, go for it. It's Katelyn Dye.
Well,
So mostly Instagram.
you heard that, BVB Army. All of her social media links will be down in the description. Go give her a follow. She's amazing. She's super sweet, and she has an adorable fur baby. Well, I think that brings us to the end of this episode, BVB Army. Again, Katelyn, thank you so much for coming on. We deeply appreciate it. So thank you so much for everything. And I just want to say to all the fans, I know we closed our forms for stories. We are getting through them as fast as we can. This is the latest update. We are almost very close to reopening it again. So probably won't happen until next year. We're sorry, but we are very close to reopening it again. So I just want to give you guys an update in case you're wondering how do we come on the show to share our story. We are very close to it. So thank you again for your patience. Definitely follow our Twitter account or even our personal Instagrams that we will let you know when the form reopens. Again, it probably won't happen until next year just because this year is about to end here. Wow, 2022 is about to end. Crazy. So close. I know. But thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. All of our social media links would be down in the description. You can find our podcast on all streaming platforms. And please check out the other fans BVB stories. There's a playlist on our YouTube channel. And we will see you guys next Wednesday. So with that, goodbye.